Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, once more with Minfilia, so let's see what she has next for us. A hard tablet to break. Now the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest. There's something I would show you, Sirius. It's a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogomog, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there's only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Sirius, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time that they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. And there's no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies have ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of a beastmen who wish naught but of conflict, and now call you friend. Of the Alamegans and Dormants who stand with us, determined to hold the dread march of the Empire. And then there's Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alak, that we might be spared the horrors of another Ultima weapon. She actually acknowledged the Crystal Tower here. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Ula no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from LA. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Serious? You have been away from Revenant's store for some time now, I believe, but I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquire yourself with the town. Which reminds me, Sloughbone but recently inquired as to your whereabouts. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to discuss with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Okay, Avino, what kind of organization were you talking about? After we parted in Ulta, I paid a visit to the refugees. Though a fundamental solution remains far off, I believe that at the very least there should be no armed uprisings in the near future. I'm given to understand that you will solve the matter of Ramu. I will ask Minfilia for a full report when next we speak. You have done well. Oh, I see my fine adventurer friend has returned. The dust of the road yet clinging to his boots. Do the signs have no work for you this day then? The Anderson sent you my way, did she? Well, it's nothing urgent, but I could certainly do with your help. You see, Revenant's told us becomes something of a favored destination for adventurers. Part of that is due to the town's growing fame, but a goodly number of green heroes to be come here to follow in your footsteps. And when I say green, I mean fresh out of the ground, don't know one end of a sword from the other green. I've done what I can, but what they really need is a good talking to from someone with respect. An adventurer has done it all. Serious, that would be you. And naturally, the one lass who would most benefit from your wisdom is nowhere to be seen. She was off to slay Happalits and was due back some time ago. And likely got herself in over her head as usual. Now that I think on it, this may be the perfect opportunity for you to treat her to a demonstration of your skills. I'd consider it a personal favor if you would head out to the singing shouts and show that amateur how it's done. I mean, considering she is overly late, that does sound urgent. I need to say adventurers die in the line of duty when they're stupid. It happens or what? Yeah. Of course I pulled something else. Okay. Let me help you go. Damn, you pissed myself back there. I was hoping to find myself a little one. Her fates went and threw the meanest bugger in all of Mordona at me. Typical. Hold up. You're serious, Sharpblade, aren't you? Really serious? Seven Hells, you're flipping famous. And you're twice as tough as I said you were. And oh, bugger me, I can't believe I'm talking to the man himself. And now you've gone and seen me at my worst. It was me bleeding pet's fault, I tell you. Doesn't listen to a damn thing I say. That and the fact that none of me so-called mates offered to help me. When I told them I was off to get some Happalits, most of them gave me a confused huh or like I was talking out my ass. You don't agree though, right? Emote. Gods no, not you too. That's a final bleeding straw, that is. I was hoping you of all people would understand. I mean, it ain't adventuring if you don't take a few risks, right? Alright, maybe I'm a bit out of my depth here. I'll be more careful, I promise. Serious, you have my thanks. That last I sent you out to instruct trudged back into town, looking properly chastised. I thought a lesson from you might pierce that obstinate skull of ours. Nothing I said seemed to work. Truth be told, she seemed more inclined to listen to the rustling of my beard than anything which came out of my mouth. Now that you have demonstrated the skills she yet lacks, it will not be long before her addle-padded peers hear the tale. They will soon realize that one does not become a hero in a day. It requires dedication and perseverance, and learning from each task you undertake. There's no shortcuts, is there? No, there's not. Gods, would you look at those people? Seems they're carting adventurers by the wagon load. And more than a few are eager to rap on the science store. I wonder if this constant flow of aspiring heroes is what has Tataru looking to perturbed? Might be she could use a friendly ear. Hello, serious. What might I... Oh, Slaffman thought I could use a friend, did he? What a sweet man, though I did not think my fretting so obvious. But I suppose there's no sense in hiding it now. Tis time to reveal my little secret. Quite suits me, don't you think? But it's not simple for show. I've been learning the mining trade. Why, you might ask? Therein lies the source of my dour demeanor. Ever since we relocated to the Rising Stones, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have stepped out from behind the curtain, so to speak. Our victories over the Empire have granted us a certain degree of fame, and many budding adventurers have traveled from afar with the intention of joining our ranks. And while I welcome each new member that takes up our cause, we have too little coin. As I'm sure you're aware, we are a strictly neutral organization, and ensuring that neutrality means limiting the funds we accept from outside sources. The Scions do receive various means of support from the three major nations, and the Leveilleur twins are quite generous with their family coffers. Yet this modest income cannot keep pace with our day-to-day expenses. There's also the sundry donated material, of course. Those are delivered to the Adventurers Guild and swiftly allocated to the expansion of Revenant's toll. While I cheerfully leave the toppling of primals to you, 'tis my duty to balance the books and fight the demons of debt. On my honor as receptionist, I will raise the necessary coin with my own two hands. I even paid for the sturdy mining attire out of my own purse. Which makes it doubly aggravating that my custom-made sledgehammer has yet to arrive. I skimped and saved especially for the tool. Sirius, if you would help me see the Scions survive this fiscal disaster, then I would ask you to travel to the Blacksmith's Guild in Nimsa and demand they hand over my commission at once. Oh, and regarding your travel expenses, I have to check our available funds. Once you have my sledgehammer, pray leave it with Lamin. I shall be out digging up witches the best I can with the equipment I have. Crystal clusters, here I come. Alright. Then off to Limsa. Okay, the Impossible Time. What can I do for you, friend? If you're looking to sign up, Rantworth over there will run you through the initiation. Yeah, and if you're already a member of a Blacksmith's Guild, he welcomes you back, asks if you're here for work. Little fun fact. You're here about a commission. Something went delivered? No, that's passing strange. Unless it were an ale-induced dream, I'm fairly certain Mr. Sataru's tools were shipped off days ago. It's not like to forget to I'm not like to forget the forging of a sledge that needed flowers engraved on that. Could be a porter met with misfortune on the road. The blokes we employed are in town. When you'd find them south of Yorktown in one of them empty landings. Seeing as we heard not one way or another, though, I'd be of a mind to cast some doubt on the whole operation. What an upsetting business. I might need a pint or two to put it all behind me. Yeah, Guildmaster Battalion is a bit of a drunkard. Pretty much straight south from the central Everite. Bugger off, I've got work to do. Apparently not. Delivery from the Smithies to Madonna? How bloody hell should I know? I just hold the crates. Hang on a moment. You said Madonna, eh? My mate was meant to see a shipment up to Revenant's toll a while back and took ill just before he was due to leave. Not to worry, I said. I'll take it my very own... Oh, bugger it. Well, we got bleeding busy, didn't we? And I figured someone's gone looking if their precious package didn't arrive. And here we are. The crate you want is back there someplace marked and all. You can grab it your own self. Okay. I told Flaming all about our adventures on the Soothlands. Fake banquet and all. You won't tell the real banquet, will you? Greetings, Sirius. Tataru had made mention of a missing delivery. Were you able to coax her commission from the Blacksmith's Guild? Yeah, it was just the delivery guys who were messing up. Wonderful. I shall keep it here with me until Tataru returns from a mining expedition. She's not one to approach matters by half, is she? The Rising Stones couldn't ask for a more able administrator. Still, I'm somewhat worried about her for her well-being. I realize Tataru means to mine and not more, but even the outskirts of Revenant's Toll are not free of prowling dangers. Would you mind tracking down our illustrious Lalafell and see that she has not come to harm? As far as I'm aware, Tataru intended to start her digging in the hills near the Tangle. You may have to call out to her to attract her attention. Enter any phrase that contains the name Tataru. Hey kids, are you taking a rest too? Promise we'll play with us again. That game of hide and seek in Vesper was the most fun I've had in forever. Okay, where's our destination now? Say... Tataru. Are you dead yet? Breaking, walking, splitting stone, I waste fortune on my own. Delving deep for precious ore, I'll take a risk and dig some more. That's a Marlboro. Toss aside the pebbles, toss aside the dirt, toss aside the scion who shirks their work. Oh, I think I call it a day. I make much better progress once Sirius brings back my sledgehammer. Yes, I might even make enough money to indulge a little. Bloodcurrant tart for morning tea every single day. Was that someone calling my name? Oh! Ah! Malodorous Snowball. that all of them? Great to have above. I thought I'd eaten my last currant tart for a moment there. Thank you ever so much. I believe this past time I returned to the Rising Stones. There's a big mobile. Voluptuous Vivian. Serious, I must thank you again. I received my commission for Flaming. The floral engraving is absolutely perfect. After nearly becoming dinner for a marble wall, I'm not so eager to head back out into the field. In any case, no more solo mining trips for me. I shall be sure to drag along one or two handy adventurer types to serve as bodyguards. I suppose I have to pay them though. Well, no matter, that simply means I need to dig twice as hard. You've been an immeasurable help as always, Sirius, but could you perhaps spare a little more of your time? To put the matter simply, the dormant children have been chattering about you endlessly. It would mean the world to them to see their hero again. Look, it's Mr. Sirius. He's back from his adventures. We heard you are fighting off primals, and they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurer Guild to protect all the Domans. Do you think you could train us today, Mr. Sirius? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder, Mr. Coltonor, did you know that Mr. Sirius is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Sirius. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Science, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonor. Well, we remain largely unproven as adventurers. We have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we're just asking Mr. Sirius if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent in your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Modona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Sirius? A demonstration of skills at arms, huh? If you will. Hoary, if I didn't know any better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, maybe I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Sirius? Would you consent to spar with me? Hooray! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Try not to disappoint them. Hey, Faith, Coltonor. I shall summon every ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bouts. Since becoming a Scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of its children at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. Mr. Sirius is here. Let the battle begin. Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. It was good of you to agree to this, Sirius. I trust you're ready to begin. Let us begin. Oi. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hurry, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? This is serious, you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, it was this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Sirius to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Ida? What? Who are these people? When I heard that about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there's still more to come. When I mentioned Sirius's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. While my own popularity seems a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Day and night I owned my skill. Now comes the time to test them. Such power, but tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have a right of it. This time I join the fray. On your feet, Hori. I must admit defeat. It was an honor and a privilege. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Sirius is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. It is your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. You bested me. I yield. That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Sirius. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why I sent you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Impressive as always, Sirius. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when first we met? It was the memorial service for the Battle of Carteno. At the time I was just attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, yet the efforts I saw expended toward their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought the Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion this people who toil toward a better world. Our course, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of a primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you'd aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Thank you for coming, Sirius. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of a chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization. A group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Okay, but we will look into what that could possibly mean next time. Until then, I am Mace, and don't get lost.